Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Beetlejuice, and again we have another racing video. Again, this is from Low Fuel Motorsports Rookie Series on the Hungaroring round, and this is the second race. And I think this is my second to last race for that week because I haven't learned the track yet. Therefore, I didn't enjoy much of the racing. But anyways, going into turn one. Would we see any carnage? No, we don't. Amazing, but this uh I like the color of this Aston Martin. Like I wish I could make liveries, but as of the moment I don't know how to make custom liveries yet. But anyways, we are racing hard. We got passed by the Porsche around the outside, which is a shame. And again, we are in 16th place. There's only 16 racers on this particular split. And for your information, I think this was a split 3. That's how horrible I am. I'm on the third split. But anyways, no. We only need to go upwards from here on. Maybe next season would be on Division 2. You'll never know. Currently, I'm racing on Division 3. I know the Aston Martin have an off there, and also we're also driving the Aston Martin because I think this is one of the easiest cars to drive, and it's noob friendly. And I am a noob myself, so therefore I use it a lot. And I had a look here, but I decided not to take the lunge because it's dangerous. But anyways, going at this hairpin. I think the Aston Martin is right alongside us. You can see him in the side mirrors going into the last corner. Try to make it as tight as possible. There you go. And I think the Aston Martin has a run on us. So me being strategic and methodical, I'll just let him pass since he's the faster driver. There you go. I let him pass. I went wide on purpose, and then we gave him that position. Good move from him. Fair play. And now we're on to lap number 2. So far, clean racing. Nobody has crashed. Nobody caused carnage. We didn't kill people. Nobody has crashed into us also. That's all good. Since this Aston Martin is quite quick, he will try. I think he will try to make a move on the BMW in front. Again, going into the chicane, try to not eat as much curve. Or if you have if you have a Bentley, those curves are no problem. That car is built for the curves. But then again, you need to be easy on the throttle when you're using that car because it oversteers a lot when you try to floor it when it's not ready to when the car is not ready to accelerate and you floor it, you will oversteer. So yeah, even though the Bentley is good on curves, you still have to have a very light feet while driving that car. On the other hand, the Aston Martin, like, you don't have to think almost driving this car because you'll be very confident that nothing will snap because the car is very stable. It's very planted on the tarmac. And so far, the race is not going well for us this early on. The Aston Martins and the rest of the pack are pulling ahead. And so far, the scrap between the Aston Martin and the BMW rages on, going into the next corner here. You can see that the Aston Martin is really pressurizing the BMW, hounding him like a wounded animal. But the BMW is defending like a lion here. Going into this fast section again. Oh, I kind of saw the BMW disappear for a second there. I got distracted, but anyways, Going back to the race, going into the chicane, we are slightly edging in to this battle, and since they are battling, we're slightly catching up, but we're too slow to catch up immediately. And again, this part of the track, we need to be tight, just hit the apex, power on the exit, and again, stay tight and hit the apex. And as Martin's having a look here, would he take the plunge? No, he will not lunge. But going to this second to the last corner, will he go in? And yes, he did. And no, he made contact, and we are going to capitalize. But unfortunately, the BMW is still on the inside, so we have to go wide here. And oh, we made contact with the BMW. I don't know if he understeered into us or we drove into him. But rest assured, I did my best to give him space. But if I give him more space, I will run out of road. So I have to turn in at some point. But anyways, another position gained despite that blunder. But anyways, I feel that's a racing incident. I mean, from my perspective, it's a racing incident. As I've said, it's either I drove into him or he understeered into me. Because at that time I felt like I gave him enough space, enough respect. But if I don't turn in, I will go out of the track. So at some point, I have to turn in. Anyways, going back into the race, the Aston Martin is running into the sunset while we're being too slow driving on this racetrack. Maybe next season, if this is on the calendar, I'll be much faster. But because this is the first time, this is my first time driving on this racetrack, and I find it really hard, especially this part of the track. Every time I struggle mightily here. Like, to be fair, I struggle for the most part in every section of the track, but this is where I struggle the most. And now the Aston Martin again running another car wide, and that happens to be the Porsche, who we would be pressuring all throughout the race. Yeah, so yeah, that's another spoiler alert. Also guys, again, may I remind you that don't forget to like and subscribe to the video or to our channel. Also like the video, that helps a lot. Again, going to turn 1, we are indeed catching this guy, catching the Porsche who got bumped or who got bumped wide by the Aston Martin. Like, oh my god, this is the downside of LFM. Like, there are fast guys who are also assholes here. Like, unlike in public lobbies, most of the assholes are slow. On this particular occasion, the asshole is also an asshole and fast at the same time. So, yeah, it's sometimes yeah, we just have to get good at some point in order to avoid those types of drivers. But anyways, going into the chicane, he seems to be very slow. We are catching him every time, but again he pulls away and we went wide. So yeah, every time that we have the opportunity, we almost lost it there. So every time we have the opportunity, we always screw things up. I always screw things up. Anyways, going turn, let's just be clean here. Okay, we took that turn decent. So maybe if I was really being focused here, I would have pressured him into a mistake, but that's just not happening because I'm also making mistakes. And going to the last turn again, let's make it tight. There you go. A little bit wide, but as long as we have the slip, we're good. And so far the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. 2.1 seconds. We try to make a launch around the outside, we go, but there's just no grip and we ran out of road, so we have to yield. And again, we went wide. I'm trying to find a way around this guy, but we're almost on the same pace. So it, I don't have if you don't have significant overspeed or overlap, I should say. If you don't have significant overlap, you will not be able to pass here. Unless you go crazy, like go for a Max Verstappen lunge, then that will work if the other guy is cooperative. But sometimes online racing, most people are not cooperative. It's either you get passed by his mistake, or you both crash, or not yielding or not giving space to each other. Okay, so we're chasing him. Like I'm just hoping that he gets pressured, but I believe he's not getting pressured because he's getting back up to speed, and he's pulling away from me. But still a good scrap from the two of us, and again try to make it as tight as possible. And we have a moment there, a big moment. We almost lost it. I got too trigger happy with the throttle, and that's what happens. The car will bite back if you try to push the throttle a tad bit early. So, but again, that's the bright side of driving an Aston. Like, it's easy to save the car if you screw up. Like, it's not like the Hondas or the Porsche, or in the Porsche will suddenly spin out for no reason. And the Hondas are hard to save when you make a mistake. The Aston is not like that. It's very savable when you make a mistake. I'm going to into the chicane. He is really avoiding the curves here, but still we couldn't catch him despite having the advantage of being able to go on the curves without any problems. So that speaks to the talent of this guy in front of us. And yeah, his name is Zoza, by the way, driving the Porsche. And we're 1.4 seconds behind. We lost the slip, but also we built a gap behind. We are already 4.5 seconds ahead of the Ferrari. And I think the two guys have retired. I think those are the two guys who got dive bombed by that green Aston Martin. Anyways, going back to the race, we are trying to keep up with this Porsche. On the other hand, the rest of the field is like 2 seconds ahead. Yeah, the next car, Zoza, is exactly 6 seconds ahead. So we're on the only ones racing here is Zoza and me. And there's a yellow flag. I don't know where. Anyways, we're just trying to keep it clean at this point. We edge him up on this lap by 1/10, and there's a there's a slow car ahead of us. And it's Pelaez. Yeah, it's Pelaez. He made a mistake, unfortunately. And still, the aim for us being, we're not that talented. I'm not that talented. The aim for me is always to finish the race clean without any mistakes. Yes, because the positions will come if you stay consistent. Unlike when you're trying to dice with people, like there's always the risk of mistakes coming from the other car or coming from yourself. And as we are talking about consistency, we gain another position. That's another spot for us. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just be consistent, and the positions will come to you. And another position, another good day for us. We're just inheriting positions. We're not actually doing anything, as we had a moment. I forgot to hit my braking point because I was too distracted. by that McLaren driving backwards in the pits, in the pit lane. Anyways, back to the race. Because of that, we lost a big amount of time against this Porsche, who is really up to speed now. Before, he was all over the place. I guess he must have composed himself a little bit better in this later stages of the race, because before he was all over the place. He was slow. I almost overtook him, but I ran out of road. But anyways, just head down and good things will come. Again, so once again, this is low fuel motorsports. So I am driving on the rookie series because my license is not yet good enough for the sprint races and also those other series that requires you to have an iron license. So hopefully, maybe I estimate that I would get out of here in about 3 months. Yeah, 3 months, seriously. That's how I expect my progress to be slow. I mean, if I could get the iron license in less than 3 months, then that's good. But but considering that I the the number of races I do here is not that plentiful. Like, I race less than 10 times every week on LFM. So, and most of those races are crash induced races, meaning there are mistakes that happening in front of me or I crash on my own. So hopefully, as I get better on sim racing, I don't crash by myself anymore. And yeah, and so far we're not crashing by ourselves here. We're being so consistent. I mean, we're consistently slow, but still we are keeping up with this Porsche. And again, we are 1.1 seconds behind the Porsche. At some level, we are keeping him honest with his driving. I don't know if we are pressuring him or what, but as long as we're in his rearview mirrors as we pass another guy who crashed, another position gained. Yes, another position gained. See, going back to what I said, just be consistent, and that Porsche goes wide. I think we gained on him. Yes, we indeed gained on him because he's becoming bigger and bigger in our windshields. Going into the chicane, he is really staying out of those curves. And we had a moment there. Again, the mistakes are costing us big time. We could have been pressuring this guy by now, but due to our mistakes, due to my mistakes rather, we're not making enough headway towards passing him. Then going into the last corner, just keep it clean. There you go. And then brake up to the billboard. Then on this last corner, brake on the marshal's hut. Then keep it tight down the inside. Then power down the outside. Again, we had a moment there, but needless to say, we're only 7 tenths behind. So last lap we were 1.1 seconds behind, so we gained 4 tenths on this guy. However, the Ferrari, we are, remember, we were 4.5 seconds up on the Ferrari. Now he's 2 seconds behind of us. So yeah, he's catching up too. He's getting up to speed. So we need to make a move. Let's see if we could make a move on this Porsche, who seems to be again struggling. I don't know. Brake on the curve, turn in early, then just respect the curves. Yeah, you can take the curves, but don't take too much, otherwise it will spin you out. Then just keep it tight on this section of the track. So we're currently in 10th place from 16 again. Due to being clean, keeping our nose clean, we managed to gain I think 7 positions, 7. We gained 7 positions just by racing cleanly. And again, going into this hairpin and point the car out the outside, but don't go way way over the left hand side, because on the left hand side on that last corner there's no grip, and if there's no grip you will not be able to turn in properly. Anyways, we are now 5 tenths. The gap is now 5 tenths against the Porsche, and oh my god, that's okay, that's a little bit decent from me, but still we are trying to pressurize this Porsche into a mistake. And he seems to me he's not bulging here, he's not cracking under the pressure. He is driving splendidly despite us gaining on him. Here we go again, this fast left-hander. Oh my goodness, I went wide. I tried to not kill him on that particular occasion because I felt like I was going to kill him. So I tried to went wide so I won't be able to rear end him on that particular part of the track, because otherwise if I rear end him he will spin out, and we don't want that to happen. I mean, we don't want to ruin another person's race, because like, they must be looking forward to this racing. I mean, even though this is daily racing, uh, some people may practice hard for this, and as much as possible we don't want to ruin anybody's race. And of course, the smoke screens are finally out from the grandstands, and it appears to me that we will be staying behind the Porsche in P9, starting from P16, and that is a good result coming from us, coming from me. Good clean driving. We kept our nose clean for the most part of the race. And once again, thank you for watching, and if you like to support me, just hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video.